Alrighty, so we're on 7.4. We have 10 questions to go through for this first one. We're going to go back to algebra where we do long division. Essentially, what we're going to do is do the long division. Hopefully you guys remember how to do this. If not, look up some videos on YouTube. But you write the whatever's on the bottom on the outside, the stuff on the top on the inside. Make sure that it's always in descending order. If it's missing something, add those. And then figure out what you have to multiply this x by to get this first part right here, and that's x squared. And then you multiply the x squared to both of these green things to get this, and then you subtract and see what it's left with, bring one down. Figure out what you multiply this x by to get this, which is a plus x, and then you multiply by both the greens, get this, subtract, okay? And then we have a remainder of 2. So essentially, we're left, instead of writing this, we can write it as the integral of x squared plus x plus 2, and then plus the remainder divided by the same denominator, okay? So this is a lot easier for us to integrate. We know how to integrate the first 3 terms simply by adding 1 and dividing by that number. And then the last one, we can use this trick. We're going to be using this throughout section 7.4, so make sure you guys familiarize yourself with this one again. But essentially, if you see the derivative of the bottom on the top, you're able to rewrite it as the natural log of the absolute value of the bottom. So in this case here, the derivative of our bottom of x minus 1 is just 1. So we're just going to pull that 2 to the outside, which is where that 2 came from, and then we'll have the natural log of the bottom plus our c, okay? Cool. So, I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Oh, okay, yeah. So, essentially, there's another way to work this problem, and this is how we're going to be working it for the rest of the problems. So let's say that we had this equation right here, this 2 over x minus 1 minus 1 over x plus 2, okay? Essentially, think about how you add and subtract fractions, right? You have to have common denominators. So here it's missing an x plus 2, so we do it on the top and bottom. Here is missing an x plus minus 1, so we do it on top and bottom. And essentially that is going to be equal to this bottom stuff, and then combining all this stuff together, right? So now if we're looking for the integral of this right here, essentially that's the same thing as finding the integral of this green part right here. So when we're working the problems on 7.4, we're going to be doing this backwards. So we're going to start with 3, and then we're going to work backwards to 1, okay? I'm going to try my hardest to explain that on the next problem. Yeah, so before I finish this video, I want to go over the cases. Essentially, depending on what the problem looks like, you'll either use case 1, 2, 3, or 4. And the green right here is a description of what the problem would look like. And then the brown is going to tell you how to rewrite it, okay? And I'll keep pulling this sheet up to show you guys.